Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Today's artist is That Dog. We'll be giving you our top songs. With me today, he has a lot of old LPs. Tim.
He
Yes,
does.
sir, I do.
He does actually.
True statement.
He never says never.
Oh
Will.
my god. Oh my heart.
And
Thank you.
our super special returning guest, Joe. He's always kissing
Yeah.
Christian.
What was I doing?
You're always kissing Christian.
Oh yeah.
And he's in the back of my mind. That's Jason.
Ooh, I like it. So be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell thingy. You know what to do. Check us out on Discord, Facebook.
Make good decisions.
La-di-da-di-da. Best thing you get out of this video is go listen to Spotify and listen to these songs because they're all going to kick ass.
Yeah, man.
There are no bad choices here.
Yeah, 100%.
No, not at all.
All right.
Well,
who
there's
wants to
one.
start us off?
The two of us
We'll
said
see.
there was
We'll see.
one bad song
Yes.
in this.
I would say there's
So-
one bad pick, but that's just me. You know?
Yeah, there's the only one.
I'm subjective, so
I don't think there's any bad picks here.
there's one bad.
There may be some, what was that? But no bad picks.
It's fair.
No, this will absolutely be a playlist that I'm checking out. This is
Yeah,
great.
it'll be a joy to re-listen.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to start us off?
Is it guest rights again? When I started?
Guest rights. Let's go, Joe.
All right.
Lights.
This is fun. It's fun being the guest instead of the host because I didn't have to come up with any funny scripts or
I know.
that thing.
Dude, that's the
Yeah.
roughest part since you've been gone.
The scripts were a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun writing the scripts because I made myself laugh when I was doing it, which is always a joy. But also, there were times when it was like an hour before we went on, and you're like, "Shit, this isn't done." And
Wait,
none of it's
speaking
funny.
of scripts, I forgot to say, today's artist is That Dog. But have you heard of This Dog? Stephen King, we are still after you.
Double timing.
Oh, look at that. Two
Yeah.
Joes.
To be fair, my dog will also probably bark at some point during this recording, so it'll be all right. We got three dogs.
And we much love to Molly, your dog. Hope she gets, recovers well from the surgery.
Oh,
But yes,
yeah,
come
I'm
on the show.
definitely back for Stephen King. Stephen King, you come on the show, I'm here. I'm a budge my way in. Founder's right.
So if
I mean,
Ken-
honestly, I'll step away. Honestly, I don't understand it personally, but it's okay.
No, you gotta stay. If Stephen King shows up,
Yeah,
everybody's got to be here except
You got to
Will.
read all of his books in a week.
Before he
Yeah.
comes on, every book.
It'll be like going to like back in like elementary school when you got a book report and you didn't really read the material and you tried to give one, and everybody else knew you were full of shit. Like that's how it would feel for me.
Well,
Wait.
luckily there's probably like 75 movies based on his books. That
I've
you
watched
could
a lot
just
of
cram
movies.
all in,
No, do not
4
watch
days.
the movies. Look, I just had the greatest idea. ODD's book club.
Oh,
The four of us. We start with Stephen King. We start from Carrie. We go all the way through. We'll have Will as like the first time reader of the novel.
All right.
We'll have the old school fans.
I can't
Okay,
wait
all right.
till we
Yeah,
get to
okay, all right. But if we're gonna do that, let's do what is it? The Gunslinger Chronicles. Can we do that?
The Dark
yeah.
Tower series.
Because those
yeah.
are the ones I want to read anyway. So if we could do a book club of that, that would
Those are in.
go all of them in a row. Even it'd be
The
fine.
Dark Tower is one of those things that like divides people. Either you've read it or you haven't. Type moments.
Yeah.
My favorite book
I need to
series
catch
of all
up
time.
on those.
Oh my god, the Dark Tower series, my favorite of all time. I generally reread the Dark Tower series about once a year. Sometimes it gets to a year and a half, just because it's old. Like I'm going back to talk to old friends.
Like
Because they're on what, like 7 or 8 now?
There's
It
7
finished.
plus the Tiger book.
Okay, yeah, I
Wind
think
of
I'm
the
on
Keyhole.
4 or
The Wind of the
5.
Keyhole,
It's been
yeah.
a while since I
So the Wind of the Keyhole is like 4.5. It's great. I mean, I've read one of my last 2 rereads. I read it in conjunction with them.
Dude, it literally, it's someone telling a story of a story of a story.
Yeah.
Of a story,
it's
maybe.
Thomas Pynchon, but
And then like that story finishes, and that
Listen to
story.
it.
It's literally like people telling story. It's amazing.
Oh,
like, my favorite. Like I like comic books, and I like The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. Like I like continuity. So like if the one thing I don't like about Stephen King is that's all one shots for the most part. So when I found out there was like a universe within his kind of thing going on, I really got excited
how
about
many
that.
books does Randall flag in?
A shit ton.
So
Shit
many.
ton.
Yeah. The Wheel of Time is my second favorite book series of all time.
Dude,
September season 2.
Yep.
That's okay. Look, the fucking IEO looked fucking dope as shit. The
Yes.
fucking Sean Chan looked fucking dope as shit. But that first season fucked me up. I fucking hated it. So I'm not excited. I'm not excited at all.
The first season.
Look right there. Behind me, that's all Wheel of Time books.
Yeah.
Fucking shit, Jason. We could have had so much more conversation.
Yeah.
In high
I'm
school.
telling you, dude, we could have been best friends in high school.
This is
Damn,
that,
dude.
hilarious.
Why
That
did
we
everybody
cooperate.
say you hated me? I would have been your best friend, dude.
Because you hated me, is what I heard.
I know everybody told you that. It's fucking nonsense.
Well, and you and I had a brief conversation about this in the past, Will. But everyone, because I was associated with Jason, told me you didn't like me either, and I was like,
Joe, Jason told me this story, and I was like, Joe, I'm sorry. I really honestly don't remember ever that at all. Like, that's the fucked up part. Like, it's like, somebody was talking about Jason. I think I would remember because it was like, it was, man. It was a weird thing. And
It's so weird. So weird. I mean, we would have like had sleepovers watching the Ninja Turtles movie
Yes.
and listening
Yes.
to
Hoodies.
Spin Doctors. And
I would have had a completely different friend circle, probably. Like, for real.
you'd had some crazy. We had some crazy times there in the Daphne area when after circa 2001 to 2004 ish.
Says the thing like
That's
Eduardo
right
was
after I
the bridge.
left.
Like
Yeah.
Eduardo was the bridge between the two groups. Like he was like friends
oh
with
yeah,
Michael.
Ed like bridged all the groups.
Well, he went to Christ the King with a lot of like people I was best in my crew or whatever. So it was like he knew everybody already, and it was like, all right, dude, okay, you're cool as shit.
Did you graduate with Jason or were you with my group, like my age? You and
I was
were
2000.
Oh, you're a year ahead of me. Okay.
So I think I was younger.
I'm 01.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I was
yeah,
younger than
Will's
Jason.
younger.
Yeah.
I'm
I
the
think
young
I
guy here.
remember 10.
I'm
very much.
98. Tim is 97.
Yeah.
God, y'all are old.
We're not as old as Ryan Key though.
And
Well,
that's
I'm not.
discography, right?
Here's the thing,
Yeah.
though. We've experienced our midlife crisis already. It's still waiting for you, sir. It'll
That's
happen.
right.
You're gonna hate it. It's miserable.
It's coming. Mine was fucking collecting hardcover Stephen King novels.
I
I
think
love it.
that's- mine's gonna be-
Number 5 top song because I got to go to bed at some point tonight.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
Did I? Yeah, we already done
Because
the
I do want to
introduction.
talk about the Wheel of Time a lot more at some point. But
I gotta cut
Oh,
all that out.
Joe, yes, anytime. Just send me a message. Let's do this.
perfect. All right, so number 5 for me is Long Island off the album Retreat.
Okay.
Let me tell
There's
you,
gonna be a lot of songs from that record.
once again, I've got to a point where I had a huge list of songs for my top songs. This is one of the longest list of top songs I've had doing this, especially for a band I haven't listened to before and just really gave a once through. So I mean, Old Timer could have been here, Minneapolis could have been here, Cowboy Hat could have been here. I mean, there were so many that could have slotted into number 5. I guess that gives away some of them that aren't coming up, but so
Welcome back, Joe.
yeah, I really like this this song a lot. We can sit here forever watching Return on Cable or reruns on cable. Take you driving my brother's beat up car, sharing a cigarette. We'll wish upon a star together. There's a theme here that a lot of my favorite songs across bands have. You know, looking up at stars and driving around together and watching reruns, sitting around. So a lot of good things in this, and I just like how this song is put together. I think they do just a great job. Really, the reason it beats Minneapolis out is because I like Minneapolis also, and it kind of sits in the same vein of sweetness to me. I just think this one's put together better. So that's number 5.
I think it's an excellent choice, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Tim, what is your number 5?
Okay, my number 5 is going to be old LP off the old LP album, and I'm going with the song "Drip Drops."
Nice.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Syd Barrett era Pink Floyd.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I'm so glad you picked this song because
Yeah,
it wasn't
oh,
on
man.
my list, and I was like, man, I want it to be on.
The orchestration on it is just insanity. I love wacky percussion. The arrangement was great. Loved it. Yeah, it's just
All right.
yeah, it was great.
I'm going with Old Timer.
Okay, excellent.
This was like
Good.
the opening track. It fits the album. It has every element of that dog you could possibly want. It's beautiful. It's crazy. It's chaotic. It's funny. It's serene. It's a great opening track. It deserves to be here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
For sure. Agreed. It was, after hearing a couple songs, it was my first real jump into this band, and it fucking kills, man. It's a great song.
All right, what is your number 5?
It's going to be Michael Jordan, just because that violin part is so sick and twisted. Like, and the song itself benefits from it being so sick and twisted. Like, it's just a fire ass song, and it feels like a post hardcore song done by like Riot Girls. It's fucking amazing. I love it. It's just so good. That's all I got. And also the irony of Michael Jordan being one of the goats and the lyrics being so about giving up a lot. Like, I think that's funny as shit, and I think it's just a great jam.
I'm so glad you picked this one. I was struggling between 2 on this album, and I'm glad you picked that one.
I could pick a song from this, like 3 other songs from that record, and I still ranked it like number 4
Yeah,
or
no.
3.
Michael Jordan.
It's a crazy record.
Yeah, such a good album.
Now, and so basically everybody picked things that I wanted. Like Old Timer literally was a coin flip between my number 5 and
I mean, same with Drip Drops for
Yeah,
me.
same with Drip Drops.
It was my number 6 too.
Yeah. All of these songs are going to be on like the B+ list for somebody at some point. Like, it's still beautiful.
All right, Tim, what is your number 4?
Okay, my number 4 is a little song from Totally Crushed Out called Lip Gloss.
Yay! I was going to
Oh,
I love.
Man, no, I love the crazy production and like the wild effects going on.
God.
It's just a nice little punk rock song. Really fun. Like Joe said, yeah, there's a million I'm going to be able to pick from here, and I won't tell you which one, but somebody's already picked one of my songs, and I've already changed that slot. So.
Dude, this song, like literally from the notes I just wrote, Lip Gloss is Riot Girl punk perfection.
Yeah, it's great. It is fantastic. And yeah, what really got me was like the effects towards the end and the way unfortunately I didn't get to listen to these all on the good stereo. Sometimes you just kind of had to have them on the little crappy stereo. And this one was on that, so I'm sure it'll even get better the more I listen to it. It's a great song. Loved it.
All right, well, my number 4 on my notes, if you can read that,
Nice.
is Lip Gloss. Because I keep getting lip glossed, and you won't kiss me. Put your hands on my hips, slap some of that bliss on me.
Yeah.
It's
That's a great
good
song.
fucking song. But I'm going to switch it up
Very good.
for Zodiac.
Okay, excellent.
Well, now 2 of mine have been picked.
Now you're gonna swap. That's for lip gloss. Yeah, this is such a. I don't have notes for it, but it's such a fun song. It's very on the point. You know, it's about getting your fucking signs read. Let's see if I did. Zodiac is great. Top song contenders on my notes say. Yeah, super fun song.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's gonna be good.
I was gonna say, like, the thing that cracked me up about this song is that as somebody that was unfortunately single at 40, it was weird how the entire dating scene suddenly became purely possessed by what your top 3 was, and if your top 3 weren't compatible with said person, even if you had a mutual attraction, you didn't understand. It's just fucking crazy. It just cracks me up that 30 years ago. Same shit, man.
That's why my top 3 are always the bottom 3.
That dog is always ahead of the game right there by 30
That's
years.
right.
All right, Will, what's your number 4?
That dog.
Get him, Cujo. Get him.
Something's gotten into that dog.
Yeah, it's literally nothing. But I will say, shit, Joe, do you mind going next so I can take care of this real quick?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So it's hilarious. I don't have my notes printed out, but my number 4 was also lip gloss. But
Good
I'm
song.
gonna I'll make a game time decision to change off of it. But that's an amazing song. I hate it not being on my list, but I'm glad it's on somebody's.
Oh yeah.
So let's go with Cowboy Hat for number 4.
Okay.
Off of that one retreat.
Retreat from the sun.
You're giving 2 retreats, huh?
Well, that wasn't
Oh,
the
Will
plan.
heard it. Shoot, I thought he was gone.
I just wanted to add that I could hear everything when I was dealing with the situation.
Oh, we're sorry we
Retreat from
said
the sun.
that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I just happened to pick it for number 1, but it's all good. It's no big
Okay,
deal.
all right. Well, I still got a retreat song coming too.
Well, I like I said, my number 4 was that you put Will for Cowboy Hat instead of me.
Oh shoot.
That's right.
So lip gloss was my number 4. That was my original. But we're gonna go Cowboy Hat. I really like this song a lot. I love the cowboy hat and your middle fingers pointed at me. I picked an orange from the wrong tree. You're the most valuable player, but I've chosen the wrong team. I love those lyrics in there. Just a great song.
Very
All
cool.
right.
Anna's lyrics, ass. I like Anna's lyrics. They're very good.
I heart
My number
Anna.
4 is also going to be from Retreat from the Sun. It is Minneapolis.
Excellent.
That one deserves to be on here for sure.
Mhm.
It does. It's a great damn song, and I can understand why some shitty band would rip it off later in time. I mean, it's that good, and nobody
It
heard
does
it.
happen.
Why wouldn't you?
Does happen.
Perfect bait for a band to steal from to make their one-hit wonder is all I'm saying. It's that damn good of a song. You should go listen to it, and maybe if you liked that other song, you'll understand why it's not as good as this one. Because this one is beautiful.
This one is so fucking sweet.
It
It is
is.
so
This
sweet.
whole record, that whole record is sweet as goddamn home. It's just so sweet. It's such a great record. It's so Hazy and beautiful and wonderful. And I should have said that in my rant and rank, so I'm adding it now.
Yeah.
It's a very sweet
It
record.
is so sweet. So is Totally Crushed It Out though. It's a really
It is
sweet
too,
record.
but
Minneapolis
Whereas Totally
and
Crushed
our
Out,
Long
there's a
Island could have
darkness.
been on Totally Crushed Out pretty
There's
easily.
a darkness on Totally Crushed Out that isn't present on Retreat from the Sun, which is a very, very posy record. That one had a lot of darkness because you're like, yeah, what if he doesn't like me like I like him? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
it's kind of dark. It's
I
got a dark.
know. 1997, I was totally crushed out, right? That was me sitting there, only on my wall there was a poster of that dog with Anna and Petra and Hayden and the other guy, Tony, maybe? That was me. Like, I was totally crushed out. I love this band.
Sorry, Tony.
sorry,
You're
maybe
great.
Tony.
Jesus.
You're super dreamy too.
He was pretty dreamy in that poster.
No, yeah, dude. I mean, the video for Kissing
Such a
Christian.
sweet record, though. That was my
He
whole
pulls
play.
up his shirt and the boy's got some abs, man. He
Yeah.
was fit. He was fit, man.
That dog is just so
He
good.
fit, dude.
Will, I think you're number 3.
I go again.
Yeah,
Okay.
we skipped you.
Couple more times.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Dang. I'm gonna go with Gagged and Tied. And I know that's gonna upset somebody else's top 3 picks because it's that fucking good. It is such a good song. It is literally like everything I loved about the first 2 records in one awesome song. It's just amazing. It is just fire as fuck from start to beginning or start to end. I'm that passionate. I'm not thinking. You know what I mean? Like, is that good? Yeah. I mean,
From
it's just,
beginning to start.
like if I were introducing this band to somebody, I would say, go check out Gagged and Tied and tell me how you feel about that song. Because I feel it is a perfect introductory jam. It's not too pop, but it's also not too like in the weeds of discordance. Like it's like right there in the middle. It's the Goldilocks of that dog songs. It's so good. Anyway,
Mind you, he's talking about his third place now.
Yeah.
So
oh, I mean,
Strap
my
in.
number two might change very drastically after you guys name your number threes. So my number one is never going to change. And
Yeah, my one and two are staying
I'm
firm.
going
Let me put it
to
that way.
have a ridiculous joygasm about number one anyway, so it's fine.
I'm not changing one, no matter if it comes up. Two,
No,
no matter what
same.
comes up. Or three,
Same
which is
one.
why I'm jumping ahead and I'm going next. And my third pick is Gagged and Tied.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
So it's on there.
I love every facet of this song. The music, the lyrics, it's fucking perfect. I love the I can tell it's not your style. I can see you crack a smile. It's so fucking good. I love this fucking song. So I'm not budging. I'm
It's
putting
good.
it in there
It's
too.
good.
Okay, I just wanted to put mine in there. It should have been number two, but I just wanted to put it in there before anybody else did. And thank you for.
I said, fuck it. It's such a good song though. You're right. It is like, here's that dog. Check this out.
My number three is Mrs. Wrong.
Okay, excellent.
And I talked about it a little more on our rant and rank video. So I'm not going to get
Go
too,
watch that
too
episode.
deep dive into that. But yes, you should have watched that episode. But I think this is a great opener. I love the play on words they use. The whole "if I didn't feel so wrong, you'd be Mr. Right," and obviously I mentioned the dad joke, the TP Wigwam 2/10, 2 intense. I loved it. So our 2/10, just a great opener. I think that one of the reasons that I like this album as much as I do is because of how well it opens.
That is a fantastic fucking pick. And a great motherfucking opening for that album.
Yeah.
Great album.
Tim, what's your number three?
Well, I was thinking maybe Zodiac, but it turns out that's actually my number 6. So I'm gonna go with "Down Without a Fight" off of
Okay.
old LP. Just straight ahead, rock and roll, great stuff. I liked the message in it, and yeah, just a really good song.
I'm upset with your pick, and I'll tell you why later.
Okay.
Woo-hoo!
Number two or
Okay.
number one?
Do I go first this time?
Yes, sir, you do.
Well, I went first last time, so I think would it be Joe's turn or your turn?
I think maybe I messed that up and skipped Jason.
I think you did.
Yeah, I think I tried to
You've
put
been
my host
slacking. You've
pants
been
back
gone
on.
too
Yeah.
long, Joe.
No, it doesn't matter.
The people
guys.
at home
Yeah.
want you guys to be paying closer attention to who picks next.
That's right.
Yeah, tell
That's
us a
what they're
month from
really here
now.
for.
Tell us a month
Let
from
us
now.
know down below. Hey, get your professionalism together.
If you watched any of the episodes where I hosted, you'll know at some point I just completely lose track of everything and just start picking randomly.
Let us
There.
let us know down below who ran the show better, Joe or me.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why are you
I
asking
just-
you?
We want to know. We need a
We
board.
It's
know.
like-
We need that
somebody's
feedback,
gonna
you
get
know.
pictures.
Jay
Maybe we'll
versus
put a poll
Jay.
on the
Jay
Discord.
versus Jay.
Oh,
That's
Fight
right.
of the century. All right, I'm
I
gonna
wish
go
we had a
next.
poster board. Like I wish we had one of those old timey boxing posters set up with that.
I gotta bring out my sign. I haven't made a sign for Will and Tim yet. I gotta make a sign.
because they're not needed.
Yeah.
That's true. I haven't needed a sign. We got the
That's
slap
not
button.
correct.
We
I'm
didn't
not
get a
slap
slap
button.
button,
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
but we don't have
I'm not gonna
signs yet.
Y'all get physically abused. I just got a sign.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
signs.
I'm okay with physical abuse.
The M. Night Shyamalan classic.
All right,
Who
mine-
are you gonna review Tesla, man? That's what I'm asking. You know, signs everywhere. There's signs. You know what
Joe,
I'm
did
saying?
you see our latest TikTok video where I talk about how the ODD structure is?
No.
You need to watch that
It's
video.
very
It's
structured.
crazy.
I'm one of those old people. I don't watch TikToks till they come out later on Instagram.
I talk about, it says we may go off topic sometimes, and then I clip in a whole clip of me, Will, and Tim talking about Billy,
Something.
because Cowboy said something about Billy Madison, and then Will sang the song, and then
Yeah.
somebody, you said it was better than the Godfather. I don't know. We had
Well,
this whole
yeah.
conversation about those three movies. Jaws came into play.
Yeah. Yep.
So sometimes we go off topic, just a little bit.
I'm really glad that you showed me give up on that argument because I was full of shit the entire time. So I'm just glad
Yeah,
you
you
showed
did.
me.
No, I said that at the end. I think I cut it where you say, "No, Tim's right. The Godfather's a good movie." I think that's where I cut it.
I just don't like mafia movies.
All right,
It's
Joe.
not a.
We'll get to work. Let's get to work, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
My whole point is we
Good
get off
show.
topic a lot.
Yeah.
Right. He's scrambling to find a number 2.
My number 2, and this is probably gonna steal one from Will, but I don't care. It's grunge.
Go.
It's grunge couple.
No, you didn't steal it from me. I was gonna give that to you because I knew you were gonna pick it.
Oh, okay.
I get a different 2 and 1. We're awesome, man. You're gonna
This
appreciate
was,
it.
this was my first taste. It came right after because I was hyped because it was like Hole, and then it was Sonic Youth. It was like a Sonic Youth song I didn't fucking know, and then grunge couple started playing. And I'm like, well, grunge. Oh yeah, grunge is cool because this is like 1994,
Yeah.
and it started playing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is amazing. And then I went out and bought that record, not this copy, but on a CD, and turned me on to this band. So yeah, Grunge Couple is like a must fucking hear song by that dog.
Yeah, it's awesome. It explains them so well. Like, it explained everything about them when I first heard it in like 94, man. It was awesome.
The way
It's
she
like
sings.
fucking sweet harmonies, crazy grunge action, and then like also just suddenly out of nowhere, the most blissful string solo you've ever fucking heard. Like, it's just dope, dude.
I don't think I think I stopped at the track count that I saw. I don't think I extended.
Probably not. This is a total like B-side here. But
I had the
It was-
option, but with it being the first one, I skipped the bonus stuff just to move along in the homework.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's there. I'm gonna go back and add those songs for sure. So
See, for me and Jason, that was on DGC Volume 1, Rarities Volume 1 or whatever. That was my first time I heard this band was hearing the song. So I'm glad Jason put it on here, even though it's not.
Yeah, and that was a compilation where almost everybody I knew had one. So I never felt the need to get one.
I had one. That and that No Alternative collection.
I
Yeah,
have
that
that
was
one.
one.
Yeah, I
One,
have
too.
that one.
Because that had
I mean,
not pay to play, fucking verse chorus verse on it.
Yeah, I knew no
Everything else
Well, they
is now
both actually. They had
Had
pay to
Smash
play
Mouth.
was listed, and
Was it?
then
Pay to Play was
yeah,
on
and
DGC.
then what? It was sappy, but now it's verse chorus verse was the hidden track.
Yeah, I still like the Bleach version. We'll get into that on the Nirvana video.
Y'all are so,
So
Yes, we will.
to mention a sidetrack here, I meant to mention this in our previous video, but the two of you working at CD Warehouse, that's where I first bought Counting Crows. That's where my love affair of Counting Crows started.
okay.
That's
Excellent.
That was-
when my love
like-
affair of Pius started.
2001-ish?
Yep.
Probably?
Yep.
2000?
That was when my love of Guttermouth started because somehow we got one copy of Gorgeous came in, and like I went to because on the wall he had his little billboard like top 1, 2, 3, 4 album, and I would
Yeah.
put like Guttermouth would like slowly climb up to Billboard in my billboard. But
Wow. So you just put whatever the fuck you wanted on the billboard?
Well, I put Guttermouth up there, yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Good for dude. That's awesome. I never tried that, but I wanted to. There were a couple weeks I was
I
like,
remember the week that Guttermouth like surpassed Master P in sales.
Yeah,
like
made him say
every day, like
Yeah.
like Elliot's Falls came out when I was working there, and also Karate's Unsolved. And no, but this thing I wanted to come up there just to see if anybody would notice. It would have been great. I just didn't because I'm a pussy.
All right, so Will, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is going to be She from the self-titled. It was the first time where like the quiet loud and also discord and harmony dynamics were both interplaying on the song, and it just like blew my fucking mind. This band was writing songs so musical and progressive in a way that was also so intimate and emotional and beautiful. Like, it's just a really damn good song. And I wish I had more songs from this record on here, like Arena and You Are Here and Jump. And there's a bunch of songs on here I'll put in my top. But my number one is gonna be For Me and Me. So this is the song that I like was listening to this band for the first time really and objectively and was like, this band is important and it's messed up that nobody else knows who the fuck they are. It
I've been
blew
saying
my
it for 30
mind.
years.
30 years, man. Just insane.
So in that song, there's the way that she sings, the way that we sing it, or the way that she sings that. Especially I see the picture of her standing on the street and she was beautiful. But there's some part in there that reminds me of the band Kitty. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I remember that band.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, here's
So
the
it
thing.
reminds me of that a lot.
That song also reminds me of Cat Power. It reminds me of Helium. It reminds me of countless other girl rock bands, but it's just done in such a way that I feel like all of those other bands were probably influenced by it.
Joe,
know?
Joe, let me ask you this. Would you recommend that dog's first album and even Totally Crushed Out to like a Boy Genius fan?
Yes, I have a Boy Genius note on one of them.
Yes.
Because I'm going to share this to the Boy Genius Facebook group because I think, especially if you're like into that kind of music, if you haven't heard that dog, like it's right up that alley. Like
Let me
just
find
30
this.
years ago.
Let me find exactly the song where I was like, this sounds a lot like Boy Genius. So it's Bird on a Wire.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
It reminds me of Boy Genius a lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting.
That was going to be my number 2 as well, but then I was like, else will pick it.
Well, Joe, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is the is Old LP off of Old LP.
Oh,
okay, perfect.
Oh.
And
It's
I really took a moment to. This was number 1, and I switched it about. I don't know if that was the right move or not, but I love the overlapping vocals. They're really really good. It's such a good closer. The lyrics, dim the lights, put a record on, say goodnight to your favorite song. I really like how she says record, how they say the word record. I really enjoy that. And I can't hear your voice unless it's on an old LP. And just the grandness of this song is so. When I was listening to it, and sometimes that can be cheesy. All right. Sometimes people like trying to make a grand statement out of bands. I've discussed it previously, where especially to start the album, if you do like this grand musical number to start the album, where you need to back that up. And then in the
sounds hate.
I watched the making of that song on YouTube earlier today, and like just hearing how it came to shape and what it meant and what went into that song. It was really awesome. It's an excellent choice that I wholeheartedly. It was my number 6, but
how many number 6s you got, sir?
Yeah, Zodiac was on number 6.
So was Old Time.
Okay, so
that's my new running joke. Come on, guys.
Oh.
It was somebody else already picked it. Is what Tim's saying.
I'm not. Sorry, I'm not giving that one up either.
That's fair.
It's so good. Yeah, like I said, it battled back and forth. I don't know if I made the right choice, but I don't feel bad about either one of the ones.
It's an excellent choice.
Honestly, every repeater is worth it. It's okay. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Tim, what's your number 2?
I think I gotta go back to Totally Crushed Out.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna pick track number 2, Silently.
Okay, excellent. Yeah.
I loved the bass line and I loved the vocal lines. Like throughout the whole thing, both those two melodies just were working really well together and worked great. Just a great
the bass
song.
is fantastic in that fucking song.
And the vocal melodies. Oh my god! And then you put them put the two together, got a great song. And it's a great song.
All right, Joe, I think you go first.
No, dude.
All right, so Tim, this is where you and I have a bone.
Okay,
you picked
"Come at Me, Bro."
"Down Without a Fight" as number 3.
It's a good song.
That's too low. That's too low. It is number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Fair enough.
And the reason my reasoning behind putting it number 1 over Old LP was because I like the lyrics better. I think they resonate a little more. Lyrically, I think that Old LP is great. Musically, I think it's great. But Down Without a Fight, I just think that It reminded me of the first album. That was my first note. This reminds me of a song off the first album, which I really, really enjoy. And the lines, if I'm not your enemy, then what have I become? I think that's a really cool line to put in somewhere.
Does it make you feel better that it truly was my number 6, but somebody picked Michael Jordan, so I had to move one up? And
anytime you had you moving all the way to 3.
That's how good it is.
That's right.
It jumped 3 spots.
That's so good
from an assist for Michael Jordan.
That's right.
Casey Newsom would be proud.
Down without a fight, did not give up easily.
That's right. If comedy is a tragedy, timing is key. I mentioned that in the previous one, and it's a miracle we live to tell. Neither one of us had a chance in hell. Just such great lyrical moments throughout this entire song. So that's why it ended up number 1. And as you'll notice, my number, I can't tell you, go watch the other one. But it's a surprise that my top 2 songs come from Old LP.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Good record, like.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Tim.
Yeah, Tim, I think it's your turn.
Okay.
Jump the gun.
Okay. So my number 1 is going to be from Old LP.
Okay.
You'll notice my number 5 is Drip Drops. And the most exciting point of this whole discography for me was the way Drip Drops went into If You Just Didn't Do It, which ended up being one of the craziest songs. Just like the vocals were awesome. The arrangement was awesome. That transition just worked really well for me. And then, yeah, this song just like immediately, as soon as I knew it, I was like, this isn't a top song contender. This is the top song.
Okay.
That is
right. It just hit me immediately and made my playlist. Definitely going to be listening to this one a lot, as well as the rest of these songs, of course. But yeah, I loved this one. Thought it was great.
That is super interesting. Let's see what Will does, but it's my turn. I'm not giving this one up either. I'm going Old LP. Joe, I think you're wrong. You had it down too low at number 2.
And I can see that. I can make that argument myself a lot.
Too low at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this song is fucking beautiful. Maybe Down Without a Fight's lyrics resonated more with you, but the lyrics of Old LP resonated with me. Because when I first heard this song, I immediately thought of my dad. And even though he's never been on a record, that whole like sentiment of losing a parental figure just flows through this song all the way through. And I highly recommend you watch the making of video. It's just a phenomenal song, and
I love that they had the Charlie Hayden LPs. They had the Minnie Riperton LPs, who of course is Maya Rudolph's mom. And
this song just escalates so much compared to like to go from Grunge Couple to Old LP is just insane. And
yeah,
they
you're
need
right.
to put out a new record. ODD Effect needs to come into
That's
effect.
Right. Please.
Rat Dog, put out a new record.
I would pre-order if they like announce something. I'm in the camp now. Give me a pre-order, please.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be real. Like, I haven't listened to Anna's solo records either. Like, she's put out solo records in between that dog records, and I'm curious as to whether or not they're worth checking out too. So,
I think the answer to that is pretty clear.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I want another that dog record, but I'll settle for another solo record too. I'm assuming.
I mentioned it in the last show too, in the R&R. I'm super excited to listen to Petra Hayden sing the Who Sell Out a cappella.
Tim, can you put that in the Discord? Just the music, like just mention it so I'll remember.
Yeah, I'll do it for sure.
I mentioned that
for sure.
All right.
I'm honestly disappointed that I'm the only one to name the song. So, but it is my favorite fucking song.
Is it?
I would say it's my top 5 songs, regardless of artists. Like, I love this song.
Is it
Never
Rock?
say fucking never, motherfucker. Like, holy shit. How can, like, that is such a perfect.
Oh, that was his introduction name too. Look at you.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
Ed
no,
Connick right there.
no. Grunge Couple was my introduction, but Never Say Never was when I like fell in love. Honestly, like, holy shit, it is from start to finish a joy. It is a joy to listen to. It makes me feel happy and joyful, and also like energetic, and also fuck you, and like just the whole gamut of positive emotions are felt in this song. The guitar riff kills. The nice little moog part going over everything is beautiful, and when the strings come in for the bridge, it's heaven, man. It's so good. It's just so good. It hits in a way that I can't say a lot of bands have ever hit for me. Like, it's just that powerful of a jam, even if it is kind of also teeny poppy in a way. But hey man, I got a teeny heart inside of me. You know, it's just gonna always be there. That's fine.
Dude,
You know,
I'm glad it's here. I love this song. My notes literally say, because I didn't know how you guys was gonna take it. So I said, come at me. I like Never Say Never. It's so fucking poppy. How how was this band not huge after this single? How can so many people like Celebrity Skin and not this album? This is miles
dude,
above that.
Sure.
it
Like,
it gives me the same vibe as Celebrity Skin, but it's just so much fucking better.
So much
Like,
better.
every
Yeah.
parameter is
I,
better.
I'd like to read y'all my notes from Never Say Never for it. So here are my notes. Good.
And you know, I won't read you my notes, but I'll let you know that while it didn't make my top 5, it was my number 6.
So, love to hear.
I'm just glad it's on the playlist. I'm glad to put
Yeah.
it on there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
same.
good.
let me ask
I'm-
you this. Let me ask you this. Will, you've seen the music video for Never Say Never?
Yeah, a
Joe,
lot.
have you seen the music video for Never Say Never?
I'm sure I haven't.
That right there means the difference between Will and I's review versus your good.
It was good. I mean, it's a good song. I didn't have anything bad to say about it, but I'm afraid this is probably one of those songs where I was driving, and so my notes had to be a little less thorough.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I listened to Retreat from the Sun 2 days ago. I took my notes. I finished that dog like 2 days ago. And today I was in there cooking a steak, and I'm sitting there going, never, never,
Dude,
no, no, no. It gets in your fucking head, and it
it is
just
an earworm.
stays. It is so
I have a
poppy,
lot of
it's so
earworms in
good.
my life, but most of them make me miserable. But this earworm can be there always.
It is
and I'll
so
still
good.
be okay.
Would you? I want to share a little something with y'all for a moment. So after my last show was really the Ataris, I believe. My memory is
Yes,
correct.
sir.
So after listening to Ataris, the problem I always had with this is you listen to all these bands and their songs get stuck in your head. But the good part for y'all is the next week you're listening to more bands, so it doesn't like stick with you. So I had the Atari stuck in my head for like a month.
Yeah.
Watch that
Like,
episode.
just constantly stuck in my head. So this week I'm gonna have that dog stuck in my head. I'm actually probably going to. I got to find something else to do. I don't know if I follow on with y'all or I start listening to a band that I'm hopefully going to be able to guest with further down. That seems like a long way away though.
Oh man, you
What
know
are you
you're
talking
welcome.
about? We are getting Rachel Hayden on this show to talk that dog, or we're
shit.
gonna get
I'm here
somebody
for
from
that.
Poop Alley.
I'm here. I'm down for that. As long as I'm not otherwise indisposed, I'd love to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we're here
I
every week.
noticed
You know
on
where to find us.
I noticed on the wiki for the old LP that they also recorded in the illustrious studio, also known as the Van.
Oh.
So we might want to check into that one too. That
Okay.
might be something to look into.
Okay, yeah.
You know, it'd be fun to talk to. Kind of do an interview series with recording studios.
Lawrence Arms, we're getting Brendan on this show.
If I'm back
Well,
with Lawrence.
If we're going to talk
All right.
about producers and bands, if we get Converge, I mean, just saying, just going to throw that out there.
So hit up all your bands that you know. Let them know that we're on the hunt for some good interviews, and check out all the episodes we've mentioned.
Check out Sage Francis to give them that for example.
Yeah.
Or even better, check out our video about the artwork of that dog.
And the no use for a name artwork, always a classic.
So good. CCR is going to be pretty good too.
CCR, yep.
I'm
This
excited about
video's
CCR.
coming out way
because I
after that
remember
though.
CCR.
They'll have already
Yeah,
watched
hit us
that.
up in the Discord. Let us know what your top songs are. All that good stuff.
ODD.
In effect.
You know me.